What's happening, guys? Jason W. New Age Revolution down here in the cave on a Saturday night. It's a hot Saturday night here in upstate New York, and tonight I thought about doing the vintage horror night. It's not ideal. Sunday nights are really the night that I'm going to be able to do that. The kids have their stay up night on Friday and Saturday night, which ended up being like family movie night. So I can't do it. No, indeed. But I did bring up a couple of topics. A topic idea a couple of days ago, and I said I would come back to expand on it at some point, and now is some point. So a while back, my man Upstate Johnny, hello Poopy, my man Upstate Johnny messaged me and said, when's the last time you came down in the cave and just, admired a toy? And I thought, well, I do that during episodes of, let's take a closer look at, or I do that during, the LJN stuff. But separate from the channel, when was the last time I came down here and admired stuff? You're going to knock the cord out of the... aren't you, dog? And there isn't an answer for that. And it got me thinking, well, what the heck is all of this for then? Right? I told you the story of how this all started. I won't tell it, again in its entirety and bore you, but, I was always, even in my late teens, early 20s, I still had my original LJN figures. And when I was living at my grandparents', they were under my bed. And, they were under my bed, which made for some, strange moments with friends and with lady friends of the time. Then I got my first apartment by myself when I was 21. I turned 21 in the apartment, and I had my LJN figures and ring in a closet in my apartment. And my apartment was one of those city apartments, like in the cultural district of Rochester, and it it was a building with an elevator and all that cool stuff. And I was 21 years old, so it was the greatest thing ever. But I still had my wrestling figures with me even then. And then at about 22, I didn't have a job, and my friends wanted to go out for the night, and I needed a couple $100. So I sold the LJNs to a toy shop, and they gave me $200 for them. And that was the end of that. And literally a year later or less, I started having my friend, who was an adult at the time, right? I wasn't an adult at 22 at all. He was an adult with a credit card and all. And he was on eBay, and I would have him pick off wrestlers for me, LJNs for me, one at a time, for like $8 to $10 each. And they were all commons, and they were beat up. But I just was going to get back my LJN figures. Then we bought the house, and it kind of morphed into a few other items that I had as a kid. That's where it was going to end. A Cabbage Patch doll. I remember a Snoopy snow cone machine was a really early item in the collection. The board game Bed Bugs was a really early item. And that was going to be it. Then we finished the basement, and I got this big room, and it blew up. it blew up, and it is what it is today. Okay, so with that being said, why am I doing this? Well, I think we all know why I'm doing this. I mean, I created this room to give it my best effort of bringing back childhood, of reliving childhood, of just having a fun hobby. I don't know, stuff for my kids to see. Lots of reasons why I was doing this. But now I feel like I'm at a point where I'm wondering, why am I not down here enough? If I didn't have the YouTube channel, I'm afraid that I wouldn't come down here at all. I can't imagine that being true, but I don't. I go to work, I come home, I hang out, and then I go to bed, And there's so much stuff for me to do down here. There is so much fun I should be having down here. This beautiful 25-inch console Zenith System 3 TV is literally right here. And hooked up to it is an Atari and a Sega Genesis and a Nintendo Retron 5 that is, Retron 2 that is, still playing Nintendo games beautifully. Over yonder is 420 or 410 whatever Nintendo games. There's a VCR hooked up to this television. There's a record player over there with fun, classic albums that I have. So what is stopping me from being down here? Is it just time? Is it just a lack of time? Well, probably, but, are there other reasons? What are you doing, dog? Are there other reasons? I don't know. I'm not. So the reason this came up for conversation was my Nintendo games. I mean, realistically, let's just say there's 400. I think there's over 400, less than 420. Let's just say there's 400 Nintendo games. Even at $10 a piece, that's $4,000. Okay, and $10 a piece is a pretty low ball. Let's average it to $20 a piece. That's $8,000. So I've got $8,000 in Nintendo games over there that I could sell. I could start selling tomorrow. I could sell them one at a time in blocks of 10 or 20, so I don't get burnt out, on eBay, and make $8,000, give or take. Right? And that would make sense because I don't sit down here and play Nintendo. I don't. And most of the games over there I'm never going to play. I'm never going to play Black Bass. I'm never going to play ABC 1, 2, 3, the Fisher-Price games. I'm never going to play those. I'm not going to play most of them. Right? But, they're there. And I feel like I can't sell them. And I don't think I would be happy with myself if I did. So why don't I play them? Why are they just sitting there? I think I'll probably do a show with you where I literally play every single one of my Nintendo games from scratch and do them with you one at a time, maybe. I mean, is that how we... the channel has brought this room to life, and it allows me to come down here and re-enjoy this stuff with you. So if you're interested, one way for me to keep the Nintendo games would be to play through them with you. And maybe that'll reignite my desire to get more, to keep going with, can I get to 500 NES games? That stack of VHS tapes that sits over there. Why am I not down here on some quiet Sunday night when the house is in bed? Why am I not down here sitting in front of the Zenith and watching a VHS tape? Obviously we started doing, PACW, Play Action Championship Wrestling. Why am I not doing that? I'll tell you, the only stuff in this room that gets any action is the wrestling magazines and the TV guides. And I'll give you some time to figure out where they are. They're up in the bathroom. So my wrestling magazines and my TV guides get used daily, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day, right? But I've got a beautiful collection of G.I. Joe figures over. Now, I don't expect myself to sit down here and have G.I. Joe battles, but why wouldn't I come down here and take closer looks at every single figure, and just hold them and set the weapons up? I don't know. I don't know. This room is not getting a lot of action. And it starts making me think, like, all right, well, I'll be 46 in like a week or two, May 26th, I'll be 46 years old. In no way am I thinking, well, maybe we should just pack this stuff up, or maybe we should sell it. That's not happening. That's not happening at all. I have sold off a few carded AWA figures recently. Just like the 3-pack, I just want to keep the original 5 or 6 tag teams. The 3-packs I got rid, and eBay's such a letdown. They, if you don't put something at buy it now, you could make more than you thought, or you could make way less than you thought. And but that's all that I'll ever sell. I mean, I have nothing. I'm not going to sell anything. I don't know. I don't know what the point of this video is. I think I need to be down here a little bit more, spending time with my stuff. This room needs a little more action. I think, again, if you're interested in it, do you want me to play? Like, literally just go to the shelf and grab the first game that's on. It's stacked in rows. Literally just pull the first game. No instructions. Maybe I have no idea how to play it, and then we just play it together for 15 minutes or so. I don't know. I would do that. I don't know how popular it would be, but it might give me a reason to play through those games. And I'm sure that I will find some games that I love and want to play more of. So maybe we'll do that. But anyway, what you guys are attracted to this channel for one reason or another. I know several of you have collections. I know some of you started collections as a result of this channel. But what do you do with your stuff? How do you find time to play? Right? And I mean play kind of figuratively, or literally, whatever. My play is at night when I throw in, TV show that I'm watching, Different Strokes right now. My play is honestly jumping on the PlayStation and playing through a Uncharted or a Lego game or something. Sadly, it's not tossing on the old Nintendo and playing. It's not. Why not? Why aren't I doing that? I don't know. So how do you do it? How do you balance play into your life? And what do you do with your collections? Do you admire them? Do you look at them? Do you sit on the floor and grab Grand Slam and Shipwreck and have a little battle with Cobra Commander? Do you pum the your G.I. Joe weapons? What do you do? I don't know. There's so much good the Air Jammer Road Rammer. How come I have never pumped that up and see if it works? I don't know. Maybe because I'm not 8 anymore. I don't know. So that's it. So the idea is, do you want me to play through my Nintendo collection? I mean, it would take 400 plus videos to get it done, but I don't know. Why not? Let's see what we can do. And answer the question of what do you guys do for play? What do you do with your stuff? Do you keep adding to the collection? Do you have a cutoff point? Do you have a room like this? And if you do, you come down here? What do you do? Anyway, that's just my weird Saturday thought. I'm going to go watch Jurassic Park with the kids, and maybe I'll come up with a show idea for you tomorrow. Good night.